Beyonce, but what I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time.
She's watched 24 hours a day. She's not allowed to make a choice for herself, not at all, not in any way. People think she has an amazing life. She is told what to say, she is told what to eat, she is told what to drink, she is told what to wear.
People been dragging Kanye West for trying to expose something wild, claiming Beyonce and Jay-Z were out here swinging with her bodyguard, Julius. Kanye just stirred the pot big time by saying Beyonce's been secretly messing around with Julius. And that's got people talking. This ain't new talk either. Folks been side-eyeing their bond for years. There's just always been this vibe between Beyonce and Julius that felt real close, almost romantic. Julius is always locked in on her like she's more than just his client. Yeah, it's his job to protect her. But come on, it looks real personal sometimes. Neither one of them has ever said a word about it. Beyonce keeps quiet, and Julius never talks to the press, period. But now, Kanye's making noise, and it looks like he's dead set on stirring drama for the Carters every chance he gets. It's only been a few days since Kanye came for their kids, but now he's taken things even further, and this whole Julius and Beyonce situation, it might just top everything else. Fans are straight up gagging over what Kanye just dropped. So now the question is, how long has Beyonce been sneaking around with Julius? And did she and Jay-Z really bring him into the mix? Let's break this all down. Kanye's been going off on social media lately, but nobody saw him getting this reckless. We should have known something wild was coming after he threw shots at Beyonce and Jay-Z's twins, even using a messed up term. But now, exposing a supposed secret affair between Beyonce and Julius? That's next level madness right there. These rumors about Beyonce and Julius go way back, like late 2000s to early 2010. And honestly, it's not hard to see why people been suspicious. Julius is always by her side, looking sharp, always locked in on her. Plus, let's not forget he was right there in the middle of that infamous 2014 elevator showdown between Solange and Jay-Z, and folks been raising their eyebrows ever since. In that elevator video, you can clearly see Julius wasn't rushing to break up the fight. His first move was checking on Beyonce. He made sure she was good before even stepping in between Jay-Z and Solange. And even when he held Solange back, his main focus stayed on keeping her far from Beyonce, like his only mission was making sure she didn't get touched. Yeah, it's his job to protect her, but fans been pointing out that Julius tends to go above and beyond, way beyond. Like, did you know he was actually inside the hospital room when Beyonce gave birth to all 3 of her kids? Not just waiting outside, in the room. That's not normal bodyguard behavior. That's doing the most. Hospitals ain't exactly war zones, so what was the extra need? And it gets even more confusing when you realize Beyonce and Jay-Z reportedly paid $1.3 million just to lock down an entire hospital floor for privacy and security. So if everything was covered, what was Julius doing in there? People been saying it's suspicious. And apparently even Jay-Z thought something was off. Rumors been swirling for years that he was low-key watching them close, thinking something more might have been going on between his wife and her bodyguard. Word on the street is that Beyonce might be stepping out on Jay-Z, and the man she's allegedly been creeping with? None other than her longtime bodyguard, Julius DeBoer. If the whispers are true, Jay's been suspicious for a while. He even tried to get Julius fired last February. But Beyonce shut that down fast, making it clear Julius wasn't going anywhere. Sources say they spend a lot of time together behind closed doors. And yeah, he's even stayed in her hotel room before. Hotel room though? That's wild. And don't even get us started on that photo. You know the one, where Julius got a little lipstick on his lips and Beyonce's out here trying to cover her mouth with her hair like nothing happened. That had people talking for real. But here's the twist that got fans going crazy. Some think Beyonce low-key confirmed it all in her track Bodyguard from the Cowboy Carter album. She sang, "I give you kisses in the back seat. I whisper secrets in the back B's. They couldn't catch you with me, and they never will. Sometimes I hold you closer just to know you are real. Ooh, if that ain't a hint, what is? Everybody knows Beyonce uses her music to spill her truth, like secret messages straight from her real life. Just look at the Lemonade album, packed with tracks calling out Jay-Z's cheating, and she's done it before too, dropping little clues about her personal world right in the lyrics. So when fans heard Bodyguard, they caught on quick. It was like she wasn't even trying to hide it this time. She really did kiss her bodyguard. And fans haven't stopped buzzing about it since. What made it even wilder? Julius actually cracked a smile that night. Dude never breaks character, but that moment, it had folks saying, yeah, that's the smile of a man who knows he's got plans later. And honestly, it's not hard to believe. And now there's another blind item floating around saying this could be Beyonce's farewell tour. Word is, after it wraps, she and Julius are gonna dip out together, living low-key, popping up maybe once a year if that. These two been dodging rumors for years, but now, it's looking like they've stopped even trying to deny it. As for Jay-Z,
Beyonce, but what I've heard about them as a couple is that they've been living separate lives for a very long time. So they together, but they living separate. And part of the reason why they're already living separate lives, and we may actually see one of the biggest divorces in Hollywood, is because Jay-Z is up next to be exposed.
Let's be real. He's not exactly in a position to throw shade, not with his long history of stepping out. And just when you thought it couldn't get messier, another blind item hit, claiming Beyonce was never truly in love with Jay-Z from the start. Now that's a plot twist nobody saw coming. According to a juicy blind item, Beyonce never actually wanted to marry Jay-Z. It was all pressure from her mom, Ms. Tina Knowles, who allegedly pushed the idea because it was good for her image, not love. The blind item straight up said it, image, not love. The world sees her as one of the most powerful women in pop, and her marriage to a rap mogul has been celebrated as a symbol of black excellence and empire building. But behind the scenes, it's a whole different story. Turns out, this so-called fairy tale was never really hers to begin with. The blind item claims Beyonce didn't even want the relationship, let alone the marriage. It was something she was allegedly guided into by her own mother. At the time, she was barely 19, still trying to figure out who she was, while Jay-Z, already in his early 30s, took a strong interest in her. She was young, still finding her footing, and insiders say she did express hesitation. She knew about his past, the rumors about women, and the huge age gap. There was a power imbalance she reportedly felt uncomfortable with, and she told her mom, but that didn't stop the marriage from happening. But instead of backing her up, her mom allegedly shut her down fast. The blind item said, Miss Tina, who had been managing Beyonce's career from the jump, saw the relationship as a power move. She reportedly told Beyonce that being tied to Jay-Z would lock her in at the top, make her unstoppable in the industry. This wasn't about love, it was about business. Her mom was focused on building a full-blown empire and believed Jay-Z was the missing piece. Even when Beyonce said she wasn't sure she even liked him like that, her mom brushed it off like it didn't matter. So despite all that doubt, young Beyonce went along with it, not realizing how messy Jay-Z's past really was, or how it would come back later to shake things up. Ooh, this is the full tea now. And honestly, when you think about it, it does kind of add up. Rumors about Beyonce and Jay-Z's marriage being more business than romance have been circling for years. Remember her ex-bodyguard, Uncle Ron? He had a whole lot to say about their relationship being staged from the start. And now it's all coming back around. People used to say Beyonce and Jay-Z's marriage was just a business deal. And honestly, that might not be too far off.
Relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become billionaires. There's no love there.
It brings up what Jaguar Wright said not too long ago. She claimed Jay-Z had been controlling Beyonce for years. According to her, he allegedly had Beyonce on a mix of substances just to keep her close and under his control.
He's a monster. And I've known he's a monster for years. I waited a long time to see if he would grow a conscience. And the more he pumps down his wife's throat to keep her in a character.
No, girl.
That's a wild accusation, but it matches what her former bodyguard said too. Jaguar didn't stop there either. She even claimed Beyonce was like a prisoner in her own marriage, stuck and unable to break free.
I tell you this right now, y'all talking about free Britney. Y'all need to be doing a campaign that say free Beyonce.
Beyonce is free.
She is a prisoner in a gilded cage.
If Beyonce is in prison, she's in one of the most expensive prisons ever.
Yes, she is. And she's watched 24 hours a day. She's not allowed to make a choice for herself, not at all, not in any way. People think she has an amazing life. She is told what to say, she is told what to eat, she is told what to drink, she is told what to wear.
By whom?
She is not her husband's wife, she is his employee. It's a business arrangement. She was a dowry.
And then there's the talk about her dad, Matthew Knowles. Jaguar alleged that he was the one who forced Beyonce to marry Jay-Z, thinking it would lock her in the industry forever and make her untouchable. Now, whether it was Ms. Tina or Matthew who pushed the marriage, we don't know for sure. But what's interesting is how these stories keep coming up.
It's a business arrangement. She was a dowry. He married her and he got to have control of the Houston rap scene behind the scenes. Matthew Knowles handed it over to him, and then he fucked daddy over, moved him out the way, and took the whole bitch himself.
No.
They were supposed to share that bitch. They supposed to share. But Sean Carter don't share so good. He likes to keep everything all to himself. And anything that he can't move around or move out the way, he'll just remove.
Years later, blind items are still saying the same thing, that Beyonce never really had a say, and the marriage might not have been her choice at all. It's almost like everything's come full circle now. And honestly, after all the times Jay-Z's been out here cheating without shame, it's really no shock that Beyonce might have leaned on Julius for support. He's been by her side for over 15 years. Loyal, quiet, and always solid. Real talk. The Bayhive trusts Julius more than they trust Jay-Z, and that says everything. Julius has been there through some of her biggest career moments and never once let anything slip. No interviews, no drama, no leaks. And that's major, especially with someone like Beyonce who guards her privacy like a vault. Word is, big media outlets have thrown millions at him for the inside scoop, and he's still never folded. That kind of loyalty? Rare. Meanwhile, Jay-Z's cheating ways have been a whole mess. According to a recent blind item, his actions have emotionally drained Beyonce over the years. And the part that really stings? The blind item claims the hardest truth she's had to live with is knowing deep down she was never Jay-Z's first choice. Jay-Z was reportedly obsessed with a certain R&B icon before Beyonce ever entered the picture, none other than the late Aaliyah. Insiders say he tried hard to win her over before her tragic passing. Some even believe that if Aaliyah were still here, she would have been the one standing beside him today, not Beyonce. And according to sources, Beyonce knows this, and it's something that's haunted her ever since. But Aaliyah wasn't the only one. There was also that sultry singer, Carrie Hilson, who Jay-Z was rumored to be real serious about. Insiders claim Beyonce always had a gut feeling that something between them lingered, even after she and Jay-Z got together. She never had solid proof, but she could never shake the vibe that her husband still had a soft spot for Carrie. And to this day, Beyonce can't stand her, even though she's never said a word about it publicly. Then there was Rihanna, the young pop star Jay-Z brought into the game under his label. The chemistry between them was loud, too loud. Late nights in the studio, whispers all over the industry, and Jay-Z acting way too shady. It all added up. Beyonce reportedly confronted him more than once, and every time, he flipped it, made her question herself. Classic gaslighting. She might have felt insecure at times, but she wasn't wrong. She was right. The blind item went on to describe situations that were straight up disturbing, the kind that made Beyonce feel sick. According to insiders, there were 2 young girls the mogul allegedly had his eye on early in their careers. One was rapper Foxy Brown, who was reportedly just a teen when Jay-Z started showing what they called a special interest. The other? R&B singer Mia, who allegedly caught his attention when she was still underage too. And here's the shocking part. Beyonce knew. She's always known. But even though it made her stomach turn, it still wasn't enough to push her to walk away. Why? Because by then, her mom had already gotten in her ear, telling her that leaving Jay-Z would destroy everything she built, her image, her brand, and even her family. This blind item pretty much locked it in. Beyonce was pressured by her own mother to stay in the marriage, even when she was ready to bounce. Say what you want about Queen Bee, but one thing she never plays about is her privacy. And she's handling this alleged divorce just the way you'd expect. Quiet, controlled, and off the radar. And really, who can blame her? She's got a legacy to protect and 3 kids to think about. Getting caught up in some messy public drama is the last thing she needs.
And it's only so much of these stories that Jay-Z can, he can pay off or he can block. He won't be able to stop this. And she knows it and he knows it too. As far as who's gonna be the breakout victim / story, I don't know. Yeah, I might have to ask Jason Lee. I don't know. But I'm just letting you know that once that comes out and Jay-Z is exposed for his nefarious past, you're gonna see Beyonce divorce him. Okay, and she may or may not do an interview, but you're gonna their publicist is gonna release something. She's gonna say, "Oh, the Carters have been separated for some time. They built this beautiful life." Blah 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 blah.
Now, word on the street is that Beyonce might be pulling a Will and Jada type move. Allegedly, she's been working behind the scenes on a low-key split from Jay-Z, but won't say anything until everything's locked down. Once the dust settles, we'll probably get that classic PR line. We've actually been separated for a while and are focused on co-parenting. Total celeb breakup playbook, right? But honestly, flipping the story in her favor won't even be hard. People have been whispering about her marriage for years. And the Bayhive, they've been begging her to drop Jay for ages. If there was ever a time for her to bounce, it's right now. But lately, things have been heating up even more. Blogger Storm Monroe dropped some wild claims, saying that according to his sources, Beyonce has been quietly working on an exit strategy, and she's been getting ready to leave Jay-Z behind real soon. So, does all this tie back to Beyonce and Julius? Well, according to Kanye, it allegedly has everything to do with them. While it's unlikely that Beyonce would ever go public or get officially married to Julius, Kanye's out here claiming they've been getting real close behind the scenes. Real close, if you catch my drift. And here's where it gets even crazier. Kanye says Jay-Z has known about the affair for a long time, but couldn't do anything about it. Why? Because allegedly, Beyonce made it very clear. If Julius goes, she goes. And Jay-Z, he didn't want to lose her. So he just had to sit back and deal with it. This whole situation is wild. But what do you think? Do you believe Beyonce's been hooking up with Julius all these years? He is fine, let's be honest. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear it all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next drop. And we'll see you in the next one.